Happy Christmas in July! I have a Christmas card for you tonight using the Snowman Season Stamp Set. Hi, I'm Joan Heberlein, and I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin'. I produce this video for joanssimplepapercrafts, found right here on YouTube. If you're new here, I'm so excited to meet you, and if you're a returning guest, welcome back. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss a video when I post at least once a week, typically on a Wednesday. Give me a few seconds to turn the camera down so then we can get started. Here's our Christmas card for the night. We have cartwheeling snowmen. So what we need to make this card is a half a sheet of cardstock, and this is basic white, but you could also use the shimmer white. And I think I would have preferred to use the shimmer white because I'm using it on the snowman, and it'd be nice to have the basic card being the same material. Then we've got a quarter sheet of Pacific Point, and it's cut down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. Then we've got scraps for the snowman, and I've already stamped them out, and I fussy cut them. So I'm going to show you how to do this one. I haven't cut this one yet. And this actually happens to be the shimmer. I don't know if you can see it anymore. You can see it more on this side. So to fussy cut, I'm just going to go like a 1/16 inch out of the, leaving white around the edge of the snowman. I think that looks a lot nicer. It's hard to believe July is almost gone already. Hope everybody's had a great summer. It's been pretty nice weather here. A little hot, but otherwise it's been pretty nice. And I'm almost done with this. And then you'll need a piece of scrap for the snow, and then for the stamp sentiment. And this is some of that shimmer white as well. And what it is basically the other half of this card here when I cut this one. And what I used was the die from the freezing, can't think what they were called. Freezing Friends dies. Now it's a retired stamp set and die set. So what you can do is look for just the arc portion. So look, this is the current catalog, and this would work really well. And this is Inspiring CANOPY. And then there is one that's out in the new catalog, and I believe that one's going to be called Peaceful Cabin. The dies for the Peaceful Cabin. So you can use either one of those to make your snow hill. And I already got that one cut. So what we need to do, I'm going to move this to the side, is I want to glue it onto here, and then I'll just trim it on the edge. So let me get my silicone mat. That'll keep my surface clean because the glue won't stick to it. And if I do go off the surface, I can always wipe it up. So I'm going to put it on here. And I'm pretty sure I'll be going off the surface here because I'm going longer than what I need to be. Somewhere around there is where we're done, so I put a lot of glue there. So I'm just going to line it up in this corner and bring it up to here. And so this side's good. I don't need to trim that. But this side we have excess, so I'm going to trim that off. I want to get that glue off from there first because I don't want to gunk up my scissors. That's a technical term, you know, gunk up. So the next we want to do is put our snowflakes on the background. And so what I have is I have two different snowflake stamps inside this bundle or this stamp set for the Christmas seasons. And I'm going to use both of these. So let me just move that to the side. And we're going to use Whisper White. I should have told you the glue that I'm using is our multi-purpose glue by Tombow. And what I do is I just put it into this bottle that this is like a ½ ounce, so that's about half of what's in here. And it has that fine tip on there, and it makes it easier for me to use. I tried this one, and for some reason I just can't get used to the bottle, so I'm just going to stick with pouring it into the little bottle. So that's what I'm using in case you're looking for it. And we do carry it at Stampin' Up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some paper down underneath here so that if I go off the surface, it won't wreck my work surface. And I don't know if I should have gone right to left or left to right. And I'm turning the die every time, or the stamp set every time that I go to stamp, so that it's not the same pattern all the way around. And I got some ink on this, the bigger part of the stamp, and I don't want to smear it onto the card, so I just wipe that off camera there. Did it again. I think we're done with that one. And then we'll use a smaller one. And let me just quick stamp off of on this one. That's good. And then the next thing we want to do is stamp the Merry Christmas. So what I did is I went and looked at my rectangle dies. We've got the stitch rectangle dies. And none of them were the right length for the stamp that I needed. Well, I had plenty for the right length, but the depth was either too short or way too long. So this one didn't work. It was too short. And these are way too wide. The depth is way too wide on those. But this one was close, and I didn't want to take up all that real estate on the card, so I cut it out, and then I'm going to stamp it so it says Merry Christmas. Then I'm going to go back and go through with the die again. So what I will do is I'm going to line it up right here. So let me show you in a few seconds. Let me do the ink on there first, and let me close this up too. And just making sure we get it all down and then lift it straight up. And I kind of smudged it there, so let's turn it over. I don't really like that. So let me cut a new piece of paper for that. So I've cut a new card, and what I'm going to do is stamp it again and see if I can do any better this time. And sorry about my head popping in here. It's much better. Let me just stamp off. Then what we need to do is we need to get it down to this smaller size. So I'm going to take this. I have to remember how to do this again. I'm going to put it on here, and what you want to do is you want to kind of line up the little ridges. You can feel it when you get them in the same spot. And I want to go a little bit lower. So that's about where I want to cut it. And so I'm going to put it on my cutting plate, and then I'm going to put the other plate on top of it. And I'm only going to take it, let me put it, I got to turn it around. So I'm going to put it into my machine like this. And I'm only going to have it come off this very edge right up to about here. So it's only going to put pressure on this bottom part and cut that off. So, and I've done it already. So we've got one here. I would show you, but I don't have my cut and die machine in place where I can get my camera at. So until I get one of those smaller machines, I can't do that online. So we've got that done. So next we want is our card, our base card. We've got one cut at 5.5 by 8.5, so that's a half a sheet of cardstock. And I'm just going to fold it on the center line, which is 4 1/4. And I do it on both sides to get a nice crisp edge. Then we're going to glue this down. And we use the same glue that we were talking about earlier, multi-purpose glue. And I'm going to put it on the card. There should be 1/8 of an inch of white bordering around this blue card. So if I've cut it right, that's where it's going to be 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And I'm just going to use my bone folder just to get out any glue bubbles that might be there. And I'll do it on the inside as well. Then we need our snowman. And we will put dimensionals on the back of these. In fact, we'll do all of these dimensionals. So for the sentiment, I'm going to use the bigger ones. And I'll put 3 on. I just want to make sure that it doesn't get all kitty-wampus by going through the mail and the rollers mess it up. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got enough on there. And I'll just take these backings off right away because I'll need to take those off later on anyways, so let's just do that now. And then the next one is going to be this mini dimensionals. And I'm going to put a lot on these too, 1 on each leg. One up in the head. And then I am going to cut these in half to put on the arms. So I'll just pull it off. Try to get it on there. You might better use the take your pick tool in that little tiny spot. Let's see if I can use this. Well, it wants to stick to my fingers. And take those off. It's sticking from one finger to the next. I think that's good. And now I got it stuck on my palm. Let's see. And then the last one. Out of the way. So we're going to, first one we want leaning outward. And I'm going to put him so his foot is in the snow. And he's leaning outward. And then I'm going to put the one that's leaning outward again on the other side. And his foot's going to be anchored in the snow. And then this one is going to be an aerial cartwheel. And then the last piece is our Merry Christmas. And we already took those off. So we just want to make sure that we've got that centered properly. Gonna get this out here. So I'm lining it up on the grid of the grid paper. That way I can make sure that it's centered. And I need to clean my stamp pad. Oh, let me do it this way, the white first, or the wet first. So there's a raindrop up there, meaning this is the wet side, and then this is the dry side. So, okay. So here are our cards. Oh, I don't think I'm done. I have this one stamped on the inside. Hope this season builds heartwarming memories. Let me do that. And we'll use a Pacific Point for that again. And I'm just going to eyeball this. Trying to go a little bit higher than halfway. And center it left and right. So, perfect. Let me just stamp off this stamp. There we have it. I hope you like this project as much as I did. Now, if you have enjoyed today's video, would you do me two favors? Click the thumbs up emoji, which means you like it, and would you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest? These actions will help me to grow my business. I really appreciate that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out to me. I'm here to help in any way that I can. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or would like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to joanssimplepapercrafts.stampinup.net. Before I go, I want to remind you of the specials going on right now. Designers Series paper sales. Stock up and save. We all love gorgeous Designer Series paper, and during this incredible sale, you can enjoy 15% discount on the select papers from our annual catalog. Now is a great time to stock up and save on some of our most popular paper designs. Sale runs until August 2nd. The next two items aren't a current promotion, but I just wanted to tell you we have a mini catalog coming August 3rd, and that is the July to December mini catalog. It's your passport to stunning seasonal projects. It contains all the products you'll need to craft, create, and celebrate during Halloween, Christmas, and more. Are you ready to celebrate? Celebration is one of our biggest promotions of the year. Are you ready to celebrate? During this celebration, you can earn exclusive products for free. For every $50 you spend, you can add your pick of a celebration product to the cart at no additional cost. Sale runs August 3rd through September 30th. Mark your calendar. I'll be back Sunday, July 18th at 7 p.m. Central Time for something from, I don't know if it'll be from the new mini catalog, but it'll be something Christmassy. I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I look forward to next week. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.